Hello, boys and girls. It's Pastor Sonia. Welcome to Sabbath School. We're so happy you're here. This is another special week that we are going to have right after I am done with this introduction. You are actually going to be connected to praise and worship, and today you even get to see a mission spotlight that was created just for you. Also, after that, you can scroll down and look for your individual Sabbath school, and you can have some fun with your teachers who have spent extra time to create something just for you. And again, as in the afternoon, if you still want something else to know more about this wonderful lesson for today, you can look. We have our whole puppet show program that comes from the South Pacific Division. And this is a special program created for everyone all across the world for this time for kids to have. And you can do it right after you watch your Sabbath schools with us, or you could do it in the afternoon and just watch it with your family. A lot of you have been telling me how much you've enjoyed it, so that will be there for you. And there's also some extra programming on there if you want to look just to see what other people all across the world are doing during this time to connect with you. So thank you, boys and girls. We love you. We miss you so much, and we can't wait till we can worship with you in person. Have a wonderful Sabbath day. Bye.
Hey everyone, Pastor Justin here. Let's sing Soon and Very Soon together. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see the King. No more crying there, we are going to see the King. No more crying there, we are going to see the King. No more crying there, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see the King. No more dying there, we are going to see the King. No more dying there, we are going to see the King. No more dying there, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see the King. Hey everyone, let's sing Peace Like a River together. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain. one, let's sing Deep and Wide together. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. And wide, there's a fountain flowing and wide. And wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. And there's a fountain flowing and there's a fountain flowing and there's a flowing and there's a flowing and there's a there's a deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide.
Good morning and happy Sabbath, Primary Praise and Worship friends. And we're going to invite all of our friends today and every Sabbath that we're home worshiping together online. So I just wanted to send a little message to you this morning and let you know how much I miss each one of you. I miss worshiping together and watching you sing and praise Jesus. I miss our programs that we have together and watching you learn about the Lord. So today we have a special program for you, part of our Mission Spotlight, and I have some friends with me that I think you know. So I just wanted to again say how much I miss and love each of you, and I can't wait until we can be back together worshiping together. So here are my special friends.
Good morning, kids. It's good to see you. Even though we're not seeing each other face to face, I'm glad that we have the opportunity to see each other this way. And today, I have been asked to share with you something about missions or missionaries. So when I say the word missionary, what do you think? I bet some of you are thinking, oh, China, or India, or maybe Africa. I actually had my daughter, about 7-8 years ago, who went to Africa as a missionary. And those are all wonderful things. You think of missionaries as overseas. But did you know that we have missionaries right here in the United States? Did you know that we actually have missionaries right here in Florida? And did you know that we actually have missionaries right here in Apopka, where we live and have our church? That's right, because you see, a missionary is somebody who is sent on a mission. They are going on a mission to do something. And missionaries, most of the time, what they're doing is trying to help people to know something about God. So I have two missionaries that I want to introduce to you today. One is my husband, Les McCoy, and the other is Wallace Borges, who works with him. And they do a mission project called MAGA Books. So let me introduce you to them today.
Hi kids, I'm Les, but you know what? Today I'm going to be Uncle Les, because I'm going to tell you a story, and this is going to be Uncle Les's Story Hour. What do you think of that? Now, Pastor Barbara, she told you just a second ago that we're going to meet some missionaries. So I'm going to introduce you to a real live missionary in America. Missionaries to America in just a second. But let's do a story together, okay? This is from our little story time book, and this is a true story about pirates. All right? So you're going to love this story. Here it goes. This is a story about pirates and missionaries down in the island of St. Thomas, which is a couple hours south of Florida. All right, here we go. The mystery of the powerless pirates. Tobias closed his eyes, and gripped the railing of the ship Britannia. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture of the ship. There it is, right there. All right? The salty sea mist lightly sprayed in his face as he imagined the adventure that lay ahead of him and the other missionaries on the island of St. Thomas. He could picture in his mind the red rooftops and shimmering Caribbean beaches that had been described to him. The missionaries were being sent to teach the slaves, and he wondered if these people would want to know God. Suddenly, shouts rang out. Tobias opened his eyes. When he saw, instantly paralyzed him with fear. A smaller ship was coming up beside them at top speed, and Tobias knew that with the images of death on the flag whipping in the wind meant only one thing: pirates. We're not going to surrender, the captain of the Britannia shouted at everyone on the deck. We're going to fight. Tobias looked across the water and sucked in his breath. The pirates had pulled out their daggers and pistols. The huge black cannons that lined the side of the pirate ship were aimed directly at the Britannia. Tobias grabbed the arm of one of the Britannia's deckhands. We're no match for them, he yelled above the noise. We can't fight, they'll kill us. The deckhand jerked his arm away. Trust me, you'd rather be dead than be the prisoner of a pirate. Tobias ran to the cabin where the other missionaries had gathered to fight on their knees, praying to God. He knelt and began to pray. God, there's nothing we can do to save ourselves. If you have really called us to bring hope to the slaves of St. Thomas, please save us from the pirates. When Tobias got back on deck, he saw that the pirate ship was even closer than before. Several of the pirates stood on the edge, getting ready to swing huge grappling hooks that would attach the ships together and make it easier for the pirates to take the Britannia. 1, 2, 3, he heard the pirates shout as they swung their grappling hooks. However, the moment they tried to swing, something strange happened. A violent wave came out of nowhere and jerked the pirate ship with such force that the men holding the ropes were thrown into the ocean. Tobias could hardly believe his eyes. The captain of the pirate ship commanded a second line of men to throw grappling hooks. But just when they were ready to swing the ropes, they were also thrown into the ocean by a violent wave. Forget the grappling hook, the pirate captain shouted angrily. Fire the cannons. The pirates pulled their cannons back into firing position and loaded the heavy iron balls. The cannons fired, but the cannonballs plopped harmlessly into the ocean. Tobias' mouth dropped when the ships were so close together that there was no way that the cannons could miss. Fire again, the pirate captain shouted. Again and again, the pirates fired their cannons, but all the cannonballs plopped into the ocean without ever touching the Britannia. Tobias and the other missionaries began to cheer. God was stronger than the attackers, and he was answering their prayers. The smoke from the firing cannons became so dense that it was impossible for the ships to see each other. The crew of the Britannia set their sails and began sailing away. When a sudden gust of wind blew away the dense smoke, Tobias and the other passengers could see that the Britannia had gained distance and the pirates had given up the chase. Tobias and the other missionaries arrived safely in St. Thomas and began their work of preaching the gospel. 5 years later, they gathered to celebrate and thank God again for saving their lives. During the celebration, a stranger asked to come in. He was tall and strong and had a pleasant expression. Tobias thought he looked familiar. Are you the missionaries who were attacked by the pirates on the Britannia? He asked. Yes, Tobias answered. Why do you ask? Because, answered the stranger, I was the captain of that pirate ship. The missionaries gasped as the man continued. I was amazed by what I saw that day. I asked around and was told how God answered your prayers. That made me want to know God, and I am a different man now. I thought you might want to know the rest of the story. Tobias realized they had a lot more to celebrate. Not only had God saved them from a pirate, he had saved a pirate from sin at the same time. So there you have it, boys and girls. It's the story, the mystery of the powerless pirates. So now I'm going to introduce you to a real missionary here in America. Wallace, if you want to come in. Okay, so kids, that was an exciting story, wasn't it, about the pirates? But you know, we got to have a way for people to hear about these stories. In other words, we got to have some missionaries here to take these beautiful stories to the people. And so I want to introduce you to one of our missionaries, Wallace Borges. And Wallace is one of our leaders here, teaching high school and college kids how to take these books and these stories right to people's homes. Okay, so Wallace, you run what we call a MAGA-book program. What does that mean, MAGA-book?
So a MAGA book is actually a book that's the size of a magazine. You can see normally they're really thick, but these are really small and really easy to read.
Okay, and you have some different titles. Like what kind of books do you have? What do we?
Yeah, we have different health books. For example, this right here called A Better Way of Life. It's a nice cookbook, so you can cook for your parents. There's also this one right here called Fighting Diseases with Foods. It teaches you how to use the foods to prevent sickness and disease. Then we also have books like this, My Forever Friend, that teaches you guys about Jesus.
And plus this beautiful story.
Oh yeah, of course, you can't forget Storytime Adventures.
That's the one that had the pirates in it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
favorite book.
Okay, so you know what we'd like to do is we want to have you show us how you would teach your students to present these books to
Oh,
people.
sure.
Okay, so let's have Pastor Barbara come back up here, and maybe you can sell her on it. What do you think?
Of course, of course. All right, well, we're going to keep some social distancing practices here. Knock on the door. Hi. My name is Wallace. I'm a student working my way through a school and a scholarship program. We're promoting family values and better health in the community. I'm going to show you guys what we're doing. We have this book here called A Better Way of Life. And this is a cookbook. It offers you the latest information on healthful cooking. It promotes a low-fat and low-cholesterol diet. And it's all recommended by the American Heart Association. They're pretty awesome recipes. And we have this one here called Fighting Disease with Foods. Now this one tells you which foods to use to prevent sickness and disease, but also how to cure it. And there's different foods in there like bananas, blackberries, spinach, a bunch of things that you'll find at home. Now we also have kids books here called Storytime Adventures, like Uncle Les read. This one right here has real stories that teach kids about moral and character building lessons like honesty, integrity, obedience, with real stories. And then this right here is My Forever Friend. It's an awesome way for your kids to learn about Jesus at a young age and make that personal relationship so that they're his forever friend.
Very nice.
Yeah. And in a bookstore, they're normally around, you'll see bookstore prices back there, but we do it all on a donation basis. So that way I can get money for my tuition for school. Mm-hmm. And yeah, whichever works.
I'll take all four.
Awesome, awesome.
Well, first of all, we want to have Wallace see how fast he can do at least maybe one of those books. Can you do it the fast version? The kids like to see
The
that.
fast version, all right, let's see how it goes.
I've seen you do this before. And kids, I've seen these students do this really, really quick. So here's what I want to recommend you do. Get your phone out or a timer and time Wallace and see how fast he can do it. How fast do you think he can do it, Wallace?
Let's say
Under how many seconds?
the whole thing with one book, maybe like 15 seconds.
All right, so
Right on.
Les, you want to time it?
Okay, here we go. Ready, go.
Hi, my name is Wallace. I'm a student working with the school and scholarship program. I'm just going to show you guys what we're doing. I have this book here called A Better Way of Life. It gives latest information on healthful cooking, promotes a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet. I'll recommend it by the American Heart Association, and you'll say it's great. We do all this on a donation basis. In a bookstore, it's like $25, but we do for like donations of $20. Cash, check, or card, which works best for you?
15 seconds. Nice
Wow!
job.
What time did you get there at home? He did a good job, 15. Now that was just for one book.
It's one book, yeah.
And he's a
So-
little out of practice right now. I mean, we've all been kind of quarantined
Yes.
here. Yeah, so
It's been a while.
So you can see, as I was saying early on, we have missionaries right here in Apopka that are going out and reaching people, especially in the summer. They have the summer programs where a lot of students come in. You may have even seen them here at Forest Lake Church when a whole group of them comes together and do one of our church services. But I was thinking that even though you're at home, that you might want to be like a missionary too. And there's lots of different ways to do that, but I have one suggestion for you. So Wallace, let me have that one book, this one. So after you watch this video today, if you would like to be a missionary, I want you to put your name on the Facebook feed right under this video. Put your name, And then what we're going to do is we're going to take all of those names and we're going to put them in a bowl, and we're going to choose a number of those out. And we're going to make sure you get one of these books. But here's the catch for you to be a missionary. You need to read the book, and once you're done reading it, I want you to put your name and the date when you finished reading that book. And then I want you to pass this on to someone else and tell them that they have to do the same. So that way you're being a missionary and you're helping them to be a missionary. And wouldn't it be cool in a year or two to find out how many people read this book? And did they give their lives to Jesus or grow in their relationship with God? So that's an opportunity for you to be a missionary. So remember, put your name on the Facebook feed and we will be in touch with you. We'll put all those names in a bowl and we'll pick out several of you to be missionaries right during this quarantine. So boys and girls, thanks for joining us for this Mission Spotlight. Thank you, Les. Thank you, Wallace. And God bless you all today on this Sabbath.